How many of you guys here have children?
Yeah.
Well, what about one day your children can see how you built your business, how you lived your life, what were your lessons, what were your failures, what you went through to build your empire? It's all about legacy. People don't remember what you do, they remember how you make them feel. So that's what we help entrepreneurs and CEOs do. Build that personal brand so business comes to you, so you can leave a legacy and impact. So like I'm here right now, I'm not creating content, I have cameras here. So I'm not just talking to you guys in this room, I'm talking to the whole world.
And Sugira helps busy CEOs and founders build standout personal brands. That's all he said, that's all. Nothing else about his history, his experience, just that this is what I do. I help busy CEOs and founders build standout personal brands. Okay, so what we've done though is we've done a little bit of stalking on social media and the internet to get some true or false fun facts. And you've got to figure out which one's true and which one's false. So one, Sugira once edited an entire YouTube video using just his phone while on an aeroplane. Two, he also auditioned for a popular movie as a stunt double. So one, he edited an entire YouTube video using just his phone while on a plane. And it's not funny, it's just, you know, like how many people can say they've done that? And he's auditioned, or has he auditioned for a popular movie as a stunt double?
Can I ask him a question? How long was the video you edited?
Have to be the stuff.
Like if it was 30 seconds easy, if it was like
Well,
3
that's
hours.
part of the fun, you've got to guess, right? So
I'd like
one,
to get more
Yeah, I
information.
can't.
no giving away.
He's going to give it away. If you
So who says one, I did the whole YouTube video?
I'm going both.
Who says two, he did the popular movie as a stunt double? Who says both are true? I say both are true. Okay, what's the answer?
So one is true and the other one's false.
Which one's true? The first one?
The plane, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So how long was the video?
Well, YouTube, like it was 10 minutes onwards. So you guys don't care about me or you don't care about my story. You're here for you. You care about yourselves. You guys are here to change your lives, to improve your business. So this is about technology. So I'm going to tell you a story. There was a CEO, Tower Records. So Tower Records was a company, you go in the store back in the days and buy music, vinyl, CDs, billion-dollar company. His team came to him and said, yo, the internet is coming. Like, what should we do? He said, people always listen to music. We're good. People always listen to music. And he's right. We all still listen to music. But what he didn't account for was people like convenience. Things are still the same. People want things now. Then companies like Napster came out where you can pirate music online. Then Apple Music came. And Apple Music was like, listen, you can have download or buy music on your phone or on your iPod right here, right now. People don't want to go and wait in traffic to go into the store and buy the CDs. 2006, billion-dollar company, 30 stores, they went bankrupt. And that's what this is about today. How can you use technology? So quick question, how many of you guys post on social media every day?
Every day, not every day.
How often?
I'll do stories every day.
Twice,
Okay.
yeah.
That's stories.
3 a week, 4 a week.
Okay, so that's the basis of everything. You see, so many people say, oh, you know, I get word of mouth referrals, business has been doing great, I'm cool, I'm good. But you're not taking into account the times that we live in. We live in the greatest time to be alive. And all of your customers, every single one of your customers touch their phone constantly. 90% of the time people are on their phones. So it's your job to show up on their phones. Now, I want you guys to ask as many questions as possible. We live in Australia. Now, Australia is very slow. See, people here are very, very slow. America, they're sharp. They're sharks. So it's about that consistency to say, hey, we need to capture attention. We need to be in their face. Just like the way you watch Channel 9, Channel 10, that's all gone. People are here. So it's about how can you educate your audience? How can you educate them? How many of you guys use ChatGPT? Everyone? Well, now, I'm sure Google, they're panicking right now Because I don't know about you guys, but when I search for things, I ask ChatGPT. I say, hey, where's the local best mortgage broker near me? Or where's this? That's what I do. And ChatGPT, do you know how that you get in ChatGPT? It's about the content that you put out. So ChatGPT, when you ask it a question, it goes and sources from all around the internet and sees who's the authority, who puts out that much content. So the more content that you put out, the more you build that SEO, you build that awareness, so more people can find out about you. When I'm sleeping, I walk in a room, people have already listened to my podcast. They watch my podcast. I go into meetings, it's not about convincing them, it's basically a done deal. Because before they come to me, they've seen my videos. When I need to recruit team members, our team, they know our mission, values straight from the get-go because we put out content. So what questions do you guys have on this topic, technology, social media, and how you can grow, how you can get, instead of, we have outbound sales, inbound sales. Instead of always going out, when you build a brand, it comes inbound. And you can still do your outbound, but you're getting inbound sales because people know who you are. There's hundreds of thousands of people who you guys are solving problems for. They just need to find out about you. So, questions?
Do you help in actually creating all that content? Or how does it work?
Yeah, so what I try to tell people, because that's a lot of people's struggle, is like, well, I get what you're saying, but how am I supposed to do it? Where do I start? Well, the concept of what we do, even how I started this business, as I mentioned earlier, I was thinking about, what about if my grandkids, my children's children can watch what I did? So I just started documenting my life. You could be having a meeting, you're in a Zoom meeting, you're in operations, just put a camera, your phone, record it. You could say something in that meeting that's valuable to your end consumer, and that's content. So the way we do that for our clients is we just start a podcast. That's the easiest. Podcast once a month, once a fortnight, once a week. And you talk to people within your industry. Maybe there's a client you're trying to close. I don't try to go to sell to people. I'll be like, hey, if I see I can get a potential deal, I'd love to have you on my podcast. They're not going to say no. And that gets me in the room with them. And that's quite powerful. So a podcast is a great way having that conversation. You could do it through Zoom at home. Speak to your customers. That's a testimonial through a podcast, 30, 40 minutes. So when people find out about you, they're like, oh, wow. It builds, it's authentic, it's natural. So like I'm here right now, I'm not creating content, I have cameras here. So I'm not just talking to you guys in this room, I'm talking to the whole world. You get clients from all around the world, they're gonna see this and I'm documenting it. So that's really the key for you guys, is how can you just document what you're already doing? So I hope that answered that question.
With video, you know how SEO is wordy. So when you've got video reel, how can you connect the video to your brand? Like, how's that measured? You've got to label it, or what does that?
Yeah, so that's why YouTube is quite powerful. So YouTube is the second biggest search engine. Google owns YouTube. So people are searching how to find a carpenter near me, or how to build up, whatever, right? So now when you put out content, you want to package that content what people are searching for. So you put it up on YouTube, which is the pillar content, right? So how to, whatever the problem you're solving.
Words in that is the search and bring
Yes,
the video.
yes.
Right.
And then you get content from there, you post that on your LinkedIn with those copy targeting exactly what you're doing. You post that on Instagram, you post that on TikTok. So one thing I did when I started my business and I was creating content, because I was a creator, I wasn't making any money from it. But the game changed for me when I Googled my name. I don't know why, I had Googled my name. And then I was like, holy shit. All those moments was worth it. Because when I Googled my name, the first 2-3 pages of Google, just so much content, everything there about who I am. So now when I go into network, someone Googles me, that straight away the authority. So yeah, it's how you're packaging the content, the wording, and really being niche on your customers. So are you an accountant who's really speaking to them? Because now when that person's scrolling, it speaks to them. So you really want to speak to your audience directly.
If you're putting content out, do you put it on every channel? YouTube, TikTok, Facebook?
Yes.
Everything.
Everywhere they go to see my face. Everywhere they go, everywhere. And also there's a science, it's called 7-11-4. So for people to buy you or buy from you, the trust factor, they need to consume 7 hours of your content. Same thing, when I buy something from a place, especially high ticket, I don't just buy from them straight away. I want to know who they are. So 7 hours of content and then they say 11 touch points. So you need to have 11 touch points where people see you networking in different places, and then 4 locations, which is they can go and see you on Facebook, they can go and see you on YouTube, they can go and see you on TikTok, they can go and see you on, so we really try to have the omnipresence. If that's sometimes a bit too hard for people, just find out who your customer is and find out where they spend most of the time. So what was the business that you said?
Retirement advice.
Retirement. So who would be your customer?
Well, they're probably 50 plus.
Okay.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still on Facebook.
Yeah. That's what I would have said. Yeah. Facebook. TikTok still be good. LinkedIn as well for the corporate ones who are at that age. So yeah.
It's interesting what you're saying. My 14-year-old daughter, all the girlfriends are Googling their parents online and they're comparing notes and photos and stuff. So I find that really funny because like some of the photos are good of me and like it's quite funny she talks about it, but they're 14-year-old people looking at online and checking you out. So you think when they grow up, it's only natural they're going to do the same thing. And if some daughter said, oh, the parents are whinging about money, and they go, oh, Grace's dad does that, and they're 14 selling me, that's kind of like,
And for
vice versa, if you're a partner or a builder or whatever it is.
yeah.
If you miss, but she said some of the photos of people drinking grog in Spain like you, and but she said it's funny how your image is there.
Yeah.
And so they're comparing, I'm in corporate suit and somebody's at a party.
Yeah, and like I was talking to a client last night, and I said, what are your kids doing? He said, they're watching YouTube. Like YouTube is the television for children now. And then I said to him, have you told your children that you're on YouTube? Because these kids now, when you tell them you're on YouTube, it's like, wow. And that's why I went back to legacy. Like imagine your child, they Google their father and they can just watch your podcast. They can watch your content. Some of your children, maybe they want to take up, you want them to take over. They got to see you leading at the front. So it's powerful. And as I said, yeah, just 91% of you guys will actually take action on this. But for the 1% here, all the opportunities. As I said, most of your competitors are sleeping, but maybe soon one of them will wake up. Most of them are sleeping. I told you Australia is very slow. So, there's just so much opportunity.
I was going to do some social media posts today. It was on my to-do list. Haven't done it. The day just went.
Yeah.
So,
The day's not finished.
yeah, it's not finished, but I've got a quote up.
Friday.
TikTok's one I'm not on. Do you need to, you're probably going to say you need to be on all of them. Like predominantly the audience of TikTok, what sort of demographics would they be?
What do you do?
I do solar panel cleaning and
Roof cleaning.
property repairs sort of thing.
Yeah. So who's?
I don't waste my time putting myself on extra platforms and just for the sake of it.
So who's
I'm
your?
on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm on YouTube at the moment.
Well, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, well, me, I'm a bit extra. I got to be everywhere, but like that's okay. You can just focus on where your customers are. Then, as you grow, you can delegate that. You can hire someone to do that. You can get external help to help you because it's hard. I get you. So yeah, you don't have to be on TikTok now, especially your business. But TikTok again is also becoming a search engine. I'm very surprised. I don't really like TikTok that much, but I know we have to be there. But people are searching for things on TikTok.
Wasn't there some issues with TikTok? Was that
Yeah, I think so. But yeah.
So further to that, sort of what I was saying before, is it possible to just do one and then just put it on all the platforms, the same content, or do they have to be?
I've heard and I keep hearing that it kind of affects it when you use an external, thing to post it because they want you posting on their platform. So.
TikTok video and then just put that on Facebook and that on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, so you can use the same video.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you mean? Oh, definitely. That's what I do. That same so what I'll do is let's say I'll clip up something from here, 30 seconds that I've said here that's valuable. Boom, chop it up, 30 seconds. I'll put it everywhere. I might change the copy a little bit on the different platforms. LinkedIn might have people are reading. LinkedIn is gold mine because it's more business people. It's they're in the mindset of learning. So I might pop it on LinkedIn, different copy on TikTok. Similar, but so yes, that same video, that one video you did, post it on all of there.
Just on the back of Paul's comment, I went to a finance conference where the lady talked about TikTok and how the perception that TikTok is for sort of under 25s or under 30s or whatever you want to call it. In actual fact, they said majority of the people on TikTok are doing their holiday research, which I then didn't realise. I then did my own holiday research, best things to do in where we were going. They do, finance. You'll be surprised that as much as I thought TikTok was going to be under 30s or or under 25s, it's actually not.
That's exactly right. So true. Yeah.
So, what did
Sorry, Paul.
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Just from my side of things, very interesting conversations going around the room. What's the commercial return from doing these types of activities?
Great question. Personal branding, it's not something that I'm going to spend time, put in money, and I'm going to get money out of it. As I said, 2-3 years, I never made any money building my personal brand. So you'll lose your money. But I'm playing, the way I thought of this, I'm playing a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 year game. I got to be around, it's about longevity. So on a commercial aspect, yes, there can be some instant results. For example, let's say you have a podcast, you're doing it. If you have an extra budget, get a 30, 40-second clip, run an ad against that. On LinkedIn, run an ad against that on Facebook or different platform. And then that's when now you can get commercial sense. And also, it's the brand. So when you send out a cold call or you do an outbound, what are they going to do? They're going to Google you. When they Google you, what they see is so valuable. So sometimes you might not even quantify the commercial amount you're getting, but you don't even know the subconscious that's happening by you putting out content.
Interesting.
Actually, I've got something to add to that. Because, sorry.
No, you go first.
So I got something to add to that is that, because I'm in IT, sometimes I'll remote into people's computers and I'll see that for whatever reason, they just keep it open on their screen that they've just Googled my business. So before they've come to me, they have actually Googled it and taken a look.
They
at
all
it.
Google all of it.
And
That's right.
I've seen it so many
And
times.
then you wrote a review for yourself. Yeah, 5 stars, awesome.
Paul, what was your question?
But that's a great point. There you go. That's a great point. So imagine if they Google, exactly, and imagine if they Google you, they find a podcast, they find this, come on, game over.
Yeah, just one of the reasons why I shy away from it is because I had a TikTok account and they suspended me, so I lost it. And then I had a Facebook page they hacked into it, so I lost it.
Oh, that happened to
Paul,
me.
that was
I hate
because you
that.
weren't wearing any clothes, mate. Don't care what you put on.
You're my biggest fan, aren't you?
One more question. I think Nick,
But
one more question.
quick,
guys.
Hey, he hasn't had his question out.
Yeah, so what do you do when these things happen to you? Like,
Well, how do you prevent them from happening, please?
yeah,
yeah, even
when it happens, because
You've got to start again.
my nephews were taking the piss out of me because I had one video that went viral, had over 140 views. Now it's gone.
I know.
What do you do?
You don't own it.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. I would even building up a newsletter, things like that. Even TikTok, same thing. Like for some, I'll post something and then it's ridiculous. But hey, we don't own those platforms, so just start up back up again. Boom, go. That happens to me. We're back up.
You know what? Keep your videos on your computer, on your phone. You have those videos. You control it,
I've got
and then farm it
videos,
out.
it's just,
You just got to start again.
Start again. Yeah.
Also, there's IT, a lot of these platforms, most people don't know, there's a lot of IT security that you can optionally put in place. So things like having two-factor authentication, strong passwords. You can also often you can add other, so multiple admins have two owners so that if your account gets hacked, then you can log into a trusted other person's account. A lot of these platforms actually do have a whole.
Okay, I want to stop and just one more question from Nick.
Yeah, just going off his question, on the returns of updates on social media, the returns on SEOs and Google searches, would that be a faster return?
Yeah, like for now, Google AdWords, things like that, yes, but I wouldn't rely on that. Because like I said, Google right now, they're panicking. They're using Gemini. They are panicking because most people now are going to ChatGPT.
Is Gemini theirs?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
Still,
And on top of Google, the first thing you see is the ChatGPT.
Google is still the biggest search engine in the world.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ChatGPT uses the internet to go and search through. Google's the medium, but they still use authority-based content. So if you're a CEO that puts authority-based content, ChatGPT then grabs that from there through Google and its search algorithm.
It does.
But in terms of SEO, what you're asking, sorry, just to,
No.
from my experience anyway, you have to build your house right.
Okay.
So it all starts with, and I've told you this as well, it starts from the base, your website, your digital strategy, all that, because this is valuable content. These are very extremely valuable. The more content you have, the more searchable you are. The more
But it's got to land somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think that's the issue. And here in the room, you got a lot of experts here that you got to put together. There's no magic pill, but I think branding's important. We're all here. But I'm big on infrastructure, and cyber security is probably the number one issue in the world at the moment. So you've got to have your levels, you're getting banned and all that, you've got to think, how do I get around that? But again, talk to these people in the room, that's what we're here for. That's really
Thank you.
great
Yeah.
content.
Yeah. And just to tell, sorry, he's right. Yeah. So the Google be able to build that foundation, right? Sorry.
No, thank you. Thanks very much for a great
Thank you guys.
presentation. No, that was
Thank
a bonus. But has everyone noticed when you do a Google search, ChatGPT stuff's at the top? Right? That's the thing.
Did you know prices for professional podcast services could drop even lower? Don't say I didn't warn you. That's why you need to check out our Legacy Podcast Magic, a service designed to elevate your show for less. ETS Rubasha Media just dropped a killer promotion on their podcast management packages, but it's only for a short time. Imagine your episode sounding studio fresh while you kick back. Hurry and snag this exclusive deal before it's gone. Hit that button and let's get your podcast heard.
If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, and I'm sure you're going to love that one.